What's going on, guys? This is Miasin back at it with another DB video. This time we have Bisted, Ishizu, Tearlaments, Therion. Yeah, it's such a huge deck against Bisted Dragonmaid, so of course you already know it. My man, friendly reminder to smash that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now let's get right into it. So who's winning the dice roll? It's going to be a big combo deck featuring a lot of engines. And going second, still not too bad with a Therion here. The worst Bisted monster that you can draw going second. Lubalion is still a very good card. Searching Magnamut, but it's not really good when you're going second, rather. You want to be able to go first and set up that Lubalion play. But the rest of the hand is pretty good anyway, so if the end board is not that big, he might actually be able to come back. But unfortunately, he drew gas, like actual real gas. So yeah, Lubalion is going to be searching for the Magnamut, of course. And now the Therion field spell is probably going to be searching for Regulus. And now I think you can already imagine it. Shaylin discard Lily Borea is looking pretty juicy. Because now he's going to have a Therion card in the grave so that the Regulus can do something. And he conveniently happens to send Hoffness as well as Scream, which is absolutely filthy. So he can search the Scream and also bait the Saronier. So that way he really doesn't have to care about like any other Bisted monster basically. And yeah, he gets that search and he's going to be going Regulus effect. Target the Lily Borea. Use the effect that Lily Borea grants your Regulus to search the charge by getting rid of the Disc Colosseum. And then draw 2 cards. Draws into Fusion Substitute, which is technically an out to Mystic Mine if you don't have like, you know, well, I mean, if the Mystic Mine already resolves, because then you can't really use the effect of your Ishizu monsters to like shuffle back a tier to trigger the field spell. So it does make sense because he's probably playing King of the Swamp. That would be the only reason to play Fusion Substitute realistically. Anyways, Primeval Planet Perlerino is going to be searching the Meru. Even if the Meru whiffs, it's not the end of the world because he can still go into a sprint and then send the Meru that way. But he doesn't whiff, he gets a Reno Heart. Not the best, but not the worst. So revive it back, send a Solic, and then use 2 effects, so Shilling 1, Shilling 2. Search for any tier card and then send any tier monster. Well, search any tier monster rather. So yeah, sends the Meru and searches the Meru, fuses in order to make it Kalos. And that way you can probably search another trap card. If he plays any, because he's probably on like super minimal, ratios of stuff. If he's playing that many engines, but he's actually playing 2 Solic. Wow, so that could have been like a counter trap in theory. So yeah, now he goes for Redoer, sets the trap card, goes Kid Kalos effect to summon the Meru from the hand, and he's only going to be milling 5 cards because the Meru already milled 3 when it was normal summoned earlier before. And if I recall correctly, the Shaylin didn't trigger. Yes, sir. So he can actually make the Garura now and draw another card. And he milled the Zephyros and the Perpetual Engine, Endless Engine Argyro System, which is a recycle back 1 Therion card from your graveyard, which is also very good. Hope he's not gonna forget though, because a lot of people usually do that. Anyways, Magnamut effect summon, banishing the Magnamut, use its effect to search on the end phase, and then Lubalion revive back, get the Branded Beast or the Regained. Which one will it be? And it's going to be the Regained. Did he send a Saronier before? Okay, no. So yeah, if he did, like, he would have been able to get, like, super full value. Bounce back the Lubalion with the Zephyros, so that's super free real estate. And the Elf can revive back the Meru so that you can make a free Masquerade now. On top of having an Omni-Negate, a Redoer, and so many plays on the opponent's turn. But he's not going to be doing that. And also, he's not going to be recycling back the... hold on, that's a Therion card. Okay, so you can recycle this back. Oh, hold on, that's absolutely nasty. Or the Charge, or the Lily Borea, or absolutely anything you want. This is just too free. Druid Worm search on end phase. I really don't see how the... Yeah, exactly. I don't see how the Dragonmaid player can win here. So he's going to be scooping it up, conceding information to, like, not let his opponent know what deck he's playing, and now he's going to be going first in game 2. So Ghost Bell, Druid Worm, Chamber, Skill Drain, Eradicator against Lubalion, Meru, Druid Worm, Magnamut, and Field Spell. So this hand is really unfair. Like, it's really hard to lose when your hand is like this. Like, when you have Magnamut and Druid Worm, and with the Field Spell, you almost have to put in the effort to lose, and Ghost Bell is a pretty bad card. I think it's just not what you're trying to play against a deck like Tearlaments. They can chain block, or you go neg 1 just so that the card they're trying to hit you with stays in the hand. And then Druid Worm is always worse to draw than the Magnamut. Chamber, yeah, I mean, it's a great card, obviously, but will this be enough? I don't know. Normal summon the Chamber, search the Tidying, or you could actually go for the Hospitality if you really want to. And then he's going to be making Striker Dragon, go for, what, just set 3 back row and pass turn here? What? Yeah, he's not even going to attempt to, like, banish his own Chamber with the Druid Worm. So that's very interesting. Because he could have made, like, a Heretic Seal and then special summon a monster. But then he wouldn't have, like, a 2500 attack Dark Monster to tribute off of the Eradicator. Because even the monster that you summon back with the Hieratic Seal will become 0 attack and 0 defense. Although one thing that I can say is that he can summon the Magnamut, use its effect, and then bounce it back with the Tidying, and then, you know, use the Magnamut effect to, like, summon itself, and then Eradicator. But the Eradicator is extremely awkward here, because, like, oh my god, like, you're gonna have to, like, let your opponent use a bunch of spell cards, and then at the very end, like, Eradicator just to, like, get rid of nothing? Like, look at this. Like, if he Eradicated on standby, not that he could have, he really couldn't, but it at least would have had, like, value. It would have made it like his opponent lose 2 cards. But now, man, he's just going neg. Yeah, Eradicator right now, literally worst case scenario. And then Skill Drain still cannot be used. If he fuses with a Tear in the grave, then the field spell is going to be able to pop one of those cards. And it's going to be even worse for him. So that's really the worst case scenario. And obviously Mails a Scream as well as a Kelbeck here, which is very, very bad for him, as well as a Saron here, so that he can Shin Block again. He doesn't mail a single Tear though, so at least there's that. Oh, hold on. Did he get the Meru? Yeah, pretty sure he did. And he's going to be mailing a bunch of Chaos Spaces, but it doesn't really matter too much. So now the Meru is going to trigger. He's forced to go Druid Worm, otherwise the field spell just screws him up completely. And he's gonna go Eradicator now, get rid of 2 spell cards only that already kind of fulfilled their purpose. So that's the worst Eradicator I've ever seen in my life. And he's gonna make him lose the Magnamut, the Saronier can summon itself, and the Druid Worm can attempt to summon itself, but you know, he has the Ghost Bell at least for that, and the Skill Drain is forced to use its effect here. Well, flip itself here, rather. Because otherwise, if he makes, like, a sprint, or if he, like, doesn't whiff with a Meru, he completely dies. Like, he genuinely gets OTK'd. So right now, the issue with Forgotten, obviously, it's not like he's misplaying or anything. It's not that, but he is trying to, like, play to not lose. He is just trying to survive. Whereas Hocus Pocus is actually playing to win. Like, he's actually going for the kill. So it doesn't matter how many Floodgates or Hand Traps or whatever, or cards that can stop the Tearlaments deck Forgotten has. He's just, like, he doesn't really have any engine going. And that's the issue when you're playing, you know, like decks like Dragonmaid, where you only need, like, 1 card to play. Sure, it's a very nice thing that you don't need a lot of cards to play, but you don't have a lot of 1-card starters. So if you don't draw them, or if you draw them with, you know, a relatively weak hand, or if you get, like, destroyed in simplified game state, then it really nullifies the advantage that your deck is supposed to have. A very good example of that was the Eradicator that basically just did nothing, because he couldn't really have summoned a 2500 attack monster on his own turn. But yeah, so attack with 18,825. He's already on almost no life points, and the Druid Worm is still in the hand, and he still has a Solic here, so that's really, really bad as well. And now he top decks the Seifert. That is very interesting. So he's gonna go normal summon. The Seifert right now is negated because of Skill Drain, therefore it cannot be negated again, although he will actually try to go Solic effect to try to negate that. That is not a move that you can do, because it's already negated, if I recall correctly. So in reality, the Seifert should have been able to, like, dodge the Solic, and then search something, again, dodging the Solic, and then special summon a monster, and, you know, whatever, just keep going, keep getting more searches. The Chaos Space would have been able to, like, make him draw a card, and then recycle back the card that you were searching with the Baby Dragon. So he should have been able to play here. Yeah, they kind of screwed up a little bit, and I'm pretty sure you can't negate an already negated monster by Skill Drain. And the reason why I know that is because if, let's say, your opponent has Dark Ruler no more and uses it, and you have, like, a Toad, for example, on the field, you can chain Skill Drain to the Dark Ruler, so that your Toad does not get negated by the Dark Ruler, but it rather gets negated by your own Skill Drain, and since it got negated by your own Skill Drain, it cannot also get negated by Dark Ruler. Now, since Skill Drain only negates the effective monsters while they are on the field, if your opponent uses another card afterwards, you can use the effective Toad to negate and then, you know, steal that card. Whereas if it was negated by Dark Ruler, you wouldn't have been able to do that, because it's just negated, period. It's not negated while it's on the field. So, like, your own Skill Drain can actually help you dodge negation. So that's actually the crazy part about Skill Drain, and the reason why Seifert was technically the best top deck in this situation. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this was, like, improperly played. Although one thing that I will say is that the Druid Worm sealed the deal anyways. Yeah, like, at least if he had, like, a level 8 light or dark dragon monster in the grave, he would have been able to use its effect and apply a little bit more pressure, but there is absolutely nothing at all that he can do. It's very unfortunate, and there's also nothing that he can use, well, to you know, recycle back with a Chaos Space to draw 1 card, and maybe dig a little bit more. So yeah, the Druid Worm was just like a just too much, honestly, for him. And what is he going to be summoning? Oh, that's true. The Reaper farm is actually an Aqua monster, so you can make the Kid Kalos with that. But again, we're not supposed to be here. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this match. Unfortunately, the Dragonmaid player ended up losing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.